Hey, what is up everybody? Blaze for here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. And Lord, you guys see the title. Sega, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's happening. You guys know I'm a very jolly person with this game. I recommend this game to everybody, but dude, what was that live stream? So for a lot of you guys who weren't there earlier this morning, we did a little bit of a stream going over the live stream, and do I have to say this was the most interesting live stream ever? They did give us some good things, but majority of it I can't cover. It's still a couple bad things here. So we're gonna go over all this together. My overall TLDR for this, for you people who don't want to watch the whole video of just yapping, is TLDR. I personally don't like the live stream. It could have been way better. They avoided a lot of questions that we really had. They tried to slap in some little rewards just to keep us quiet. But with the change of at least standard being, now we know that Marion's not going to be in here till probably half Annie for standard banner, it gives us that outlook that other standards aren't going to be there. That's just the TLDR. Now, for people who want to listen to the whole video, I'm going to go in at least detail with everything. And first things first that we're going to start off with, if you guys can see the TW or P5X news info account here, we got a couple new things. Okay, we got, of course, some free gifts in the mail. You guys should have gotten, of course, 2 multis, one of them being a character multi, one being an actual weapon multi. We got some synergy updates here, pretty decent. And as he did say, the devs kind of listened, they didn't really, but yeah. We got news, of course, with Madarame's Palace being the next crossfade, something we already knew. Rebalancing for P5X Global compensation rewards / codes. So yeah, that was cool. They actually said they're going to do way more with those as well, which was really nice. But this is the huge deal. This part right here is what I'm not happy about. The idle draft, which is pretty much the standard banner here, won't be updated with the new standard characters till most likely half anniversary. Now, the way it's worded, it sounds like it's only pertaining to Marion herself not being in there to have anniversary. The others might not follow this possible change here. They might be added right after. But if we're already having Marion not being here till half Annie, it's most likely going to be the same for Phoebe and Cherish, meaning these standard characters that came out way before long, they're going to be pretty much treated as limited character banners and not as a limited banner for one update, and then the next update, aka the patch after, they turn into standard. They're not going to be that anymore. They're pretty much going to be limited characters until half anniversary. This is a sucky little change. I don't like it. It's something that I feel like is not good, and it's very bad for the entire game. Now, it's good that we have communication. They understood, they know, of course, our outlooks on things. But what I'm not going to sugarcoat and try to stand for is that this is ridiculous. I feel like we should have had, 1, some compensation for it. 2, I feel like it shouldn't be this long. If it was like, okay, you said Marion, Phoebe, and Cherish, Marion won't be back for at least like a month into the standard banner. Like if it was a standard, like a month away, then she goes into standard, that's more doable. But seeing it's pretty much 6 months out for half Annie, or 5 months out for half Annie, that's kind of insane. That's a huge change. It's a huge deal, and it causes a lot of problems because now characters like Phoebe, Marion, mainly them two specifically, because Cherish never really had a good placement in most teams here, but characters like Marion and Phoebe, they're pretty much must summons for most people, because if you want to go for a Makoto Nijima, you kind of need a healer every now and again, seeing her team is very squishy, so you would get Marion. If you wanted to go for like characters like Summer Closer is built on that HP and the amount of health that she does have, so you would need Marion. If you wanted to do a mono team, or either just have a better offensive Navi, every one of those offensive based teams technically would need Phoebe because she is an offensive 5-star Navi. So it now more or less makes those characters more a limited deal, which is a little bit of a problem. And I'm not going to be here the doom post, right? I want to be positive about it still. I really do. You guys saw the stream. I tried my best to be positive about this, but this is not a good change, and it's only going to cause more issues. It's better than, of course, not knowing anything and them not ever adding those standard characters to at least the standard pool, but it still brings a huge discourse between all of the things. Now, I know there's going to be those people like, oh my god, see, you know, you're not being mad enough. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys have to know a distinction between being angry and calm, and being actually, I don't know, understandable, and also in between being an absolute barbarian. I'm gonna sit here and I will tell you guys my feelings on this, and I'll tell you guys this is not acceptable. It isn't acceptable. If people wanted to downview the game, they have every freaking right to, and I will stand on that. But the only thing I don't want to do is, I'm not gonna tell everybody to go freaking grade ape and start attacking the devs. We're not gonna do that. We all are adults here, or either we're people who have some brain to not absolute be jerkwads, okay? And I will say, I don't like this change. It's better than what we could have had, but I don't like this change. They are listening to some extent, but they're not listening good enough, and that is a problem for me. The other thing that we have some changes here. This is a good change with the outfits technically, which is interesting, but it's weird because apparently now these guys were able to get them for meta jewels. There no longer is a gotcha for them from the aspect here, so it only takes like 2,800 for the limited time, and then later on it'll be 3,200 per skin. That's a good thing, but it's very weird. I'm used to the gotcha for it, but that's probably the reason why they didn't have the gotcha items at least alongside of them. So I mean, hey, pretty much 2 multis as usual just to get the skin outright, and no gotcha for it. I'm fine with that, but like kind of weird still. But they did give us, of course, the roadmap for 1.2, 1.4. This is nice to know exactly what's going to be happening. The only issue that I don't like about this is they still haven't gave us any highlights about what's going to be happening around 1.4 to 2.0. 1.4 is going to be the update that's going to be pretty much interesting to see how this game is really going to turn here. I'm interested to see how they're going to go about it, and it's just a lot of things that I feel like could have been better, right? Consistently all the way through, when it does come down to at least this entire update, or at least the entire stream, they very well dodged a lot of the issues, right? It was a more or less upsetting type deal. They didn't really fix anything. They didn't address the majority of the issues that we had, whether it was changes to the Velvet Room, it was changes with the backlogging, it was issues with us missing out on daily login gems. They didn't really acknowledge it, and the fact that they decided to then say that Marion and Phoebe, or just Marion, will not join the standard until half anniversary is kind of weird as well, because this throws off a lot of people's plans. My pool plans are going to be changed a little bit. I'm pretty sure if you guys know who Najox is, which I'll pull up his Twitter account as well. He's a very like prominent speaker inside of P5X, well, including me and a few others. If I pull up him, he actually has changed his overall pool plan, and this is something that I'm probably going to cover in a different video as well, because the pool plan has been altered. For me specifically, I'm not going for Makoto or any of these DPSs right here. I'm gonna be just straight up vibing it out, unless I decide to throw some money at least Global, which I'm probably not going to be, not too much of it at least. I'm probably going to be skipping as much as possible, getting my guaranteed supporters first, and I will just have to stick with Joker being my DPS, On being the DPS, and any 4-star single targets that I can get my hands on. I might consider getting Kasumi, but it's kind of iffy there. I'm mainly going to be focusing on like supporters, navigators, and debuffers, because those are things that are usually universal inside of most teams, while DPSs are more floaty. It's very interesting to really see how they're going about this, and it throws a lot of things off for not only just me, but a lot of people. And I had to make sure I wasn't overreacting. I talked with a few other content creators today, and we're all in that loop of this is not good. If I wanted to give the whole like stream an actual rating, it would probably be a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10, because they did not decide to really, what is called, compensate for what's going on. They didn't decide to really acknowledge fully what's going on. They skipped over it intentionally. And then with the information that they ended up telling us, yes, we do have a little bit of a highlight of what's going on, being that the months are now 6 months out. Yeah, sure, we do know that, but that was very wild. I feel like for the choice, the excuse that they ended up giving us, which was for out of respect for people who spent pool, right, for Marion, all right, it could have been a month out, right? The people who spent for Marion, the people who got that, they can enjoy it for a good month. You know, they have, that would mean 2 whole SOSs, 2 whole patches. They would be able to go dummy, and everyone who does not have Marion would just be left in the dust. That would be somewhat fine, but it's the fact that they're doing it for 6 whole months. That's ridiculous to me. 2 months is pushing the envelope. So going 2 months plus is kind of wild to me. But overall, that was everything that happened inside the live stream. I'm gonna have a few more videos out for you guys. The next video will be what's it called? I wouldn't say a pool plan, but the next video will be how to pretty much get everything set up for TW. I did start a new TW account here, so I will have you guys mainly some things that I'm going to be going over TW and best time to start. It's probably going to be called best time to start TW. That's what that video is going to be called. You guys are going to see that. It's going to be second video. Then the third video is most likely going to be a what's it called? Third video is most likely going to be a pool plan for global for me. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, but till next time, everybody, peace out.